Wood Creek, it's Misty Oliver here, and it is report card time. So I'm going to walk you through what you need to know to help you with that process. So if you're syncing your grades from Schoology to TAC, you'll start off at Schoology. You want to check the grades in your Schoology gradebook and make sure they look the way that they're supposed to look. Remember, you're supposed to have 3 summative and 6 formative grades for this particular 9-week period. Once you are confident that the grades are good to go, you'll click on the clipboard. You'll sync your Schoology grades to your TAC gradebook. And then once you get a successful sync, you can toggle over to TAC. What I would do is I would go to that exact same class in TAC and I would verify and make sure that the grades from Schoology all came over and they look good. At this point, you might want to run a missing scores report. You just click that. You can run a scores report and it'll check to make sure that you've got all your grades in. Keep in mind that any blanks will not be included in the course average. If it's got a check mark but no grade, then it won't be included. If the student has an absent mark or an X exempt mark, if you've marked any of those categories, those grades will not come over. So if you run the missing scores gradebook, it'll alert you to anything like that. Or if you have a Z in there instead of a 0, it'll alert you to that. It's always good to have those reports. So once you've run the missing grade reports, you can load your grades into the report card section. The way you do that is you go to the home screen, go to the course that you're going to load report card grades for, but you're going to click on the A+ or the grade reporting report card section. Once you're in there, you want to make sure you're on the right settings for everything. We're in marking period N1 right now, but if you are watching this video later in the year, you can always change your marking period by clicking change, and then you choose if it's N2 for the second 9 weeks, N3 for the third 9 weeks, or N4 for the fourth 9 weeks. And since we're in the first 9 weeks, we'll choose N1. So now that we're at the screen, we have the right marking period, we have the right students on the list. What you'll do is you'll click on this L button and it says load from gradebook. The marking period average will populate automatically into the marks column. Now here's the big thing to remember about this. Do not change grades on this screen. If you see that your student has a 68% or a 69 and you've gotten some work from them, don't come here and change that to a 70%. Do not do it. Just say no. Go back to Schoology or go back to your TAC gradebook and change it there. Then come back to this screen and reload the grades. But do not change the grades. Do not override them on the report card screen. It has to be directly from your gradebook. And you cannot put an I or an NG unless you speak to the registrar first. So it should have a grade for every single student unless you have talked to the registrar. For conduct, you'll enter an E, N, S, or U. You can do that simply by clicking on the little file icon. And if you want to do a mass update, you can say update comments with, and then you can choose E or whatever it is. Click apply. So once I have all of my grades and they look correct, and I've got my conduct, then I can save. I can click here for a report card summary. This is what I do, and at the end of each 9 weeks, I print myself a hard copy of every class, just in case later there's a discrepancy. It is always good as a teacher to have that hard paper printout in your records. So then if I want to make sure after I've printed out my hard copy, I can print it just by going here, selecting print report card. Once I've printed all my hard copies, I'm going to go back to home and I'm going to make sure that I've actually completed the report card process. And I know that I have because on this far right hand side where it says report card, there is a check mark indicating that I have already uploaded. Now, if a student turns in work to me at the last minute, I'm generous enough to grade it. Remember, do not go back to the report card screen to change the grade. You would go back to the grade book, you would change it there, and once you've made the changes for that student assignment, then you can go into the report card screen and reload those grades. Do not change it on the report card screen. So if you change the grade, remember to go back to the report card screen after you've done the grade book, reload the grades with the letter L, and then save it. You cannot change grades manually right here. Apparently that sets off a mom in the registrar's office, and we don't want that to happen. So that is how you load your grades in for report cards. I've also included in your email a handy dandy step-by-step PDF in case you are that kind of person that likes to print it out. I hope this has helped. Have a great day.